This poem's called Blokes, and I always apologise to all the men in the audience when I do this poem, and I think maybe me and my friends are just douchebags. So I'm not going to apologise. I'm just going to say me and my friends don't talk like this anymore. Not that I'm going to admit in front of a crowd full of people anyway. This is called Blokes. So I started the evening by telling him that he looked a bit fat. And he explained that. He went, well, that's because every time I bone your missus, she gives me a donut. Slut. Because you see, that's how we were. Him and me, him and us. Friendly banter and the odd over-the-top cuss. Loads of bravado, but no false pretense. And all of our jokes at no one else's expense. And tonight, well, we were trying to cheer him up. The only way we knew we could, with Jaeger bombs and tequila. Anything with alcohol was good. How they done it for me with Toaster Screwer. She's a tart. And they were fully aware of my broken heart. They never laughed when I was acting stupid or complained when I was stressed. They picked me up and sat me down when I was a drunken mess. Anyway, I digress. Tonight, I had on my supportive hat. I told him, she looked like she apple bobbed in chip fat. And he laughed at that. Because you see, that's how we were. Him and me, him and us. Friendly banter and the odd over-the-top cuss. Loads of bravado, but no false pretense. On all of our jokes at no one else's expense. And maybe it's because we were blokes that we didn't show emotion. But I'm sure that through the commotion you could see that we cared. My mate stared into space, blank look on his face. That's how I knew no amount of cheap shots and bravado could change his mood. Switch tactics, say something crude. Because that's how we were. Him and me, him and us. Friendly banter and the odd over-the-top cuss. Loads of bravado, but no false pretense. And all of our jokes at no one else's expense. That night my mate found salvation in whiskey and pills. His text saying I'm sorry still gives me the chills. That last night, a memory I still remember with a blur. Should I have said something different? No, that's just how we were. You know, I was angry at first. What could I have said? So he'd still be breathing and with me instead. Maybe among the cheap shots and bravado on that day, I could have said, I miss you, dude. But he probably would have called me a gay. Or tell me if you really liked it. It's called Gear Smoking, because I used to smoke and I fucking loved it, but I'm asthmatic, so it's like a really stupid thing to do, right? So it was going to happen eventually. Dear Smoking, having believed I'd escaped your husky grasp and raspy chokehold, I discovered you'd escaped to sunnier climates. It makes sense. Why stick to small gatherings of the converted, shivering in tiny wooden huts in the corners of grey tarmacked car parks when you could be in the sun? More specifically in crowds of the unconverted or lapsed worshippers who sit among your congregation paying homage to the center of the solar system. Alas, I do not miss you. I don't hold you in that high regard, however I cannot deny our time together. Like a Romeo and Juliet love story, I lied to my family of our relationship, knowing the trouble it would cause, and you made me pay in more than money. You were abusive, but I loved you, or so I thought. Now I sit among others as your long abandoned scent drifts around me. I want to tell them of our courtship, how many of my family you took before I decided enough was enough. But they won't listen, because they've heard it all before. They know you're a bitch, but they're in love. Thank you. I'll be Matt Lloyd, thank you very much.